Hi there, it's Jen, and thanks for joining me today. Today I'm doing a review and demonstration on this set of 72 watercolor pencils by, I believe you say the name as Colore, and they're really beautiful watercolor pencils that come in this really sturdy tin. The tin is about 14¼ inches long, and it's a great little case to keep them in. It has 2 rows of colors, and they're very, very pretty colors. And it also comes with this free water brush pen. The nice thing about the pencils is they don't have the color name on them, I don't believe, but they are numbered. And so it is easy to do color swatches on them because they are numbered, so you can distinguish which colors are which. But like I said, the tin is a really nice tin, and even if you weren't going to use them for the pencils, it could be used for something else. Really nice, and actually a little bit not heavy, but you know, there's some weight to it. So here are all the colors, beautiful colors. I went ahead and I swatched them out, and so I just put a square of color and then moved it with my the water brush. And then I also had already swatched out the colored pencils that I already did have, which are the Fine Touch, and then the General's Kimberly, which I only have like 4 or 5. I found them in a box of pencils. I'm not sure where they came from, but they're actually really good watercolor pencils. So here's my swatch. I went ahead and I did a swatch. The line on the top is direct to pencil. So basically I just took the pencil, wet my brush, rubbed it on the pencil to get the color off, and then swatched it. So the swatch on the top is that, so that's why it's a little bit darker than the actual swatch. So here's the pencils that I'm going to be kind of comparing the Colore pencils to. And so I did it on a piece of Bristol and a piece of watercolor paper. I only show the Bristol. I'm not really sure why I felt like I needed to do both of the papers. But here are the Colore pencils. They have a nice silver barrel, a round barrel. And then here are the Fine Touch, which I don't know if this is a Hobby Lobby brand, but I think they are only sold at Hobby Lobby, so they might be. And then the General's Kimberly pencils, which I was quite impressed with these also. They're actually pretty nice. So like I said, I did it on a Bristol and I did it on the watercolor paper, and the Bristol is what I'm going to actually show in the video. I don't show the other. I show the end result, but I don't show actually swatching it out. You probably don't want to sit here and watch 10 minutes of me swatching a color. So I just basically kind of wanted to show how the color moved on the paper. The watercolor paper obviously is better because we're using water, but the Bristol Smooth, I mean, I'm not using that much water, so it turns out really nicely also. So here I just show how I'm doing the swatches. So I wet my brush and then run it through the color to see how well the color moves. And then I go ahead and take the pencil itself and touch the tip of that with my watercolor brush, my wet watercolor brush, and then swatch that as well. So you kind of get an idea what the vibrancy of the color direct to tip. And so I checked on Amazon, which is where I bought these from, to see what the light fastness is. And there was a comment that there was it was a 3-star rating for light fastness. I'm not super 100% sure about light fastness. I just know that it means how long the colors will remain as they were originally intended. So like if you have a picture and the sun is beating down on it every day, light fastness, a high light fastness rating is going to be the best because that keeps its quality as close to the original as possible. But I've also learned just from researching these colors that light fastness also can depend on the actual color. I'm sure it has something to do with the pigment in certain colors. So it said it was a 3, but I don't know if that's actually totally true, but I just wanted to throw that out there. So here are the swatches for the different brands, and they actually are all quite pretty. The Fine Touch, the only one I really had a little bit of trouble on was the blue, and then the yellow did not really want to swatch at all. And then this is the swatch that I did on the watercolor paper. which it's just as pretty. Like I said, the fine touch didn't seem to come out as well on the watercolor for some reason. I'm not sure why. And then I went ahead and I swatched out some colors on stamped images, because if you're card making and stuff like that, that's probably what you're going to be using these pencils for. And so I went ahead and I just took these cute little birds and swatched out the colors on these also. So basically all I'm doing for this is I'm coloring around the outside and then pulling the color in so that it's lighter on towards the inside of the image and darker towards the outside of the image. You can also go ahead and color these and either dry them with your heat tool or just let them dry and then go back over them with the same color, maybe just to darken up certain areas, or you can even go over them with another color. So you can layer the colors, and not so much for card making, I wouldn't think, unless you're doing certain images. These are pretty simple one color images, but if you are using these to, do your own drawings or create your own portraits or, whatever, and you're using several colors and blending, that is possible with the watercolor pencils. And I wanted to say, I probably should have put this at the beginning, but I just wanted to say this review is just based on my experience with the product. You might have a different experience. You might not like them as much as I like them for what you're using them for. I'm not really sure. Like I've mentioned, I'm going to be using them mainly for cards, for coloring images. And I'm not a huge coloring person anyhow. I mean, I can sit down and color sometimes, like in the adult coloring books, but I don't enjoy it tremendously unless it's pretty simple. And the same goes with everything. That's why you don't see me coloring a lot in my videos. But I just wanted to say that the review is based on my experience with these and how I'm going to use them. You might have a different experience, and I'm by no means an expert in this. I've done a little bit of reading on watercolor pencils, but like I said, I'm not an expert, and so take it as it is. For me, a lot of times a product, I like it if it performs how I think it should, and I can use it for what I need to use it for. And so you might have different expectations of a product. So what I'm showing now is I just went ahead and drew out a tree, and I went ahead and colored the inside of the actual tree stump with browns and blacks, and went ahead and colored that in. I kind of just wanted to show how well the colors move and how vibrant the colors are. Of course, the lighter colors aren't going to look like this. I purposely chose the darker colors so you could kind of see how well they move. Of course, there's 72 colors in the set, so not all the colors are going to be as vibrant as this. They're going to be lighter. But basically all I did was I just went ahead and drew like I am right now with the watercolor pencil and put some color down, and then took my water brush, or my, actually I'm not using a water brush, I'm using a paintbrush, and move the color around, and you can see it really is vibrant. You can either color the whole image in with the pencil first and then just blend it out with the water. You can leave that white space in the middle, which I would think if you're doing like your own kind of art, not stamped images, you probably want to put the color all over and not leave that space in the middle. But basically that's all I'm doing with this. I just wanted to show how the color moves on the paper, and this is watercolor paper. So I wanted to show how the colors moved on the paper, how vibrant they are. And these, you don't see the pencil strokes. And I was kind of doing a circular motion, but here I do it left to right. And so you can kind of see when I take the water and put it over those, there's not really you don't see the pencil lines, which to me that's a good sign, because you wouldn't want to see those lines really unless you were going for that look. So these blend out very well. And like I said, I couldn't be happier with this purchase. I'm 100% happy. I do want to mention, I don't think I've mentioned the pricing. The Fine Touch for a 36 set, which is what I bought, I don't know, months and months ago, was $10.99. And like I said, you can get those at Hobby Lobby. The General's Kimberly, I looked on Amazon because I did not actually purchase these. Like I said, I don't remember where I got them from. On Amazon, the General's Kimberly watercolor pencils were $12 for $9, and then $24 for $16.43. And the pencils that I'm reviewing, the Colore pencil, I think that's how you say it, I don't know. The Colore pencils were $19.99 or about that for 72 pencils. So awesome deal for a great product. And I will leave some links below if you want to purchase the pencils, and more information below on all three of them actually. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I was really thrilled with these, so I really wanted to share my experience. And let me know below if you've got these pencils or you're planning on getting them. Let me know your experience with them and how you feel about them. Again, I think they're wonderful, but that is just my opinion of them. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks so much for joining me. If you liked this video or found it informative, please give me a thumbs up. If you are new and you would like to subscribe, please go ahead and click the red subscribe button and subscribe to my channel, and then you'll be notified of when I make new videos. And I also wanted to say I have a couple more videos, hopefully, that I'm going to get done this weekend. My Spellbinders March card kit, which I'm super excited about, and then another collection piece. So, have a great weekend. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you later.